Welcome to the Out There channel. Tutorial on how to automatically control your mic from a script on Windows 10. Now, I spent a few hours researching this a few months back when I had some software that was automatically lowering the maximum volume of 100% downwards when it picked up a bang on the mic. So yeah, I searched around and found a tool from NIR command, which is the guy's initials. We'll show you where you can find the software, but you need to create your own batch files and copy it to the right locations on Windows 10 directories with administrator rights to get it working. So I've got a picture here. So the software is called NIRCMD. This is not scripted, so I'm doing this live record to the hard drive and then I'll upload it to YouTube. So straight away you can see here it comes, free command line tool. And it's quite an advanced tool for network administrators as well as home users. But what happened is this audio control software built into this command, it's got a lot of features. Doesn't work under Windows 10 now. The permissions have changed or something like that. So I contacted the guy. I don't know if he's updated it since. No, he hasn't updated it still. He said just use his new tool for audio. So you want to download this. And I'll probably stick my version of the working set in a file you can download from Google Drive at the end of this video that I create. So you can just download it anyway. But if you want to keep an eye on updates, which I don't think you probably need. So yeah, he's got the download here. So if you're doing Windows 10, make sure you got the right bit version. Most are now 64 bits. Because if you got more than, is it 4 gigabytes of memory? Something like that. You need the extra bits to be able to address it. Yeah, I think it's once you go over 4 gigabytes of internal memory. Yeah, which was 64 bits. But here's another command he has here. Main page. What do we got? Utilities. And let's see if I can spot it. Video, audio related. Okay, it's got a lot of things here. Sound volume view 2.11. That's the one we want to grab. And it works perfectly in Windows 10. Some of the other stuff doesn't work too well anymore. Like volume mouse, I found quite handy, but I found a better one called Volume 2. So yeah, I will make it easy for you though with a download folder. So that's probably all we need there on that site, and it's all free. So when you install your new headset, often it puts a Windows audio driver on which doesn't have DB Boost, and you need to rename it from the default. It normally just says microphone, and all these could be just called the same name, microphone, which makes it very hard for the software to identify which one you want to change. So the first thing you need to do is change the playback one as well as the recorded one. And you can go to properties, right click on it or double click it, and you can just type in the new name there that you want to call it and say apply or OK. So just to show you it's working, this is my headset I'm using. It's set to 100% and you can see it's got no dB boost. So what I do is I pipe my headset through another free utility called Voice Banana. Well, it's actually Voice Potato. It gives you a lot more options like that. And you can see the meters going up, and it allows me to really boost up the volume via this instead. But yeah, that would have to be another tutorial. It's very complex to understand all the virtual switches here and to adjust it right for your system. So when things go wrong, you can see it can get quite complex. So if I lower my mic here, I'll show you that you probably hear me now very well, and you can see instantly it popped it up. So it checks every 7 seconds. I'll have a look at the script in a minute. I didn't think it needed being checked too regularly. You can see it was popping up and down. Now, instead of using the script, really you should track down the software that's changing it. You know, most people try the thing here under advanced, untick allow applications control it, but it doesn't seem to work. If you got a program that uses like the web API under Chrome or Brave browser or Microsoft Edge, it seems to ignore the setting and automatically will adjust the volume. Now, such software as what we use on this live stream is called Jitsi Meetin or Jitsi Meet. And if you don't supply it some arguments in the actual shortcut that launches it, it will start messing around with the audio level. But I found that after I created the batch file, unfortunately, but I thought I'd leave it running in background just in case something else gets installed or changes in future. So yeah, even the playback one, I renamed it to headset USB 2 instead of the new headset, because it creates a new entry per USB port, it seems. So if I plug this headset into my USB 3 port, it will come up differently, and it will come up differently here as well, which can be a bit of annoyance. Anyway, so I just keep it to the same USB port for now. So that's the first step anyway. The next step is to create the files and the script, and you'll need to create a command prompt with full admin properties to be able to launch Explorer from it with full admin rights to be able to drop stuff into the Windows folder, and the Windows root folder was where I put the batch files, or the script files I should say. So when you double click on that, it will say, do you want to launch it with admin rights? Because I've gone right click into compatible mode and told it to run with administrator rights. And it creates it on the other screen. I'll just drag it over. And it's now got full admin rights for me to copy files from another location into the various system folders. But to make it easier, you could type in Explorer. Exe, and that will launch another tab, as long as you haven't got other ones opened with administrator rights, and you can just use how you normally use with the mouse, drag and drop. So first of all, I needed to create 3 files. Oh no, first of all we had to copy those files into the Windows directory, which are here. NI command, and there's also NI commands c.exe, which is kind of handy. One has like a command interface and the other is like a command line that you can use in batch files and scripts. And I think it might be a bit quicker as well. And then you got the sound volume view one here with the help files, readmes. So I've copied all that into the, and then it's got configuration file here as well. But if you double click on it, it will open up a command window, well, a graphic user interface, which doesn't help us. You need to use it like a command line with the name and then space and then all the different switches after it inside a script file. So I'll just show you that now. So the script files that launch all those hanging into the Windows folder, I've got in the root folder here. So what I did is I created a shortcut which actually creates the launch. Now I've made it executable, a command line executable, which launched AT broker killer, which in there is a series of other checks I do which deletes and restores the system. Because what happens is AT broker is launched every time I do the magnifier, and sometimes it doesn't close, so I had to create a batch file that looks for it and terminates it, else it just chews up CPU. So you don't really need that, but you can call it any name you wanted to, really. But in there we use that NIR command to create a shortcut, which is the one above here, launch, and it allows us to put in, as you can see, the path, and to make it hidden, you can say it will hide hidden. And you got the quotes in the right place and all that. Alright, and it creates the other one, which is this one here, which is what we're going to add to the startup folder in the Windows folder. So you have to copy that into program files and startup, and there'll be launch AT broker killer. Okay, what's happening there? So that's what you have to do. Every time you reboot, it launches this shortcut, which starts this in background. Where is it now? AT broker killer command. So if I open that up, notepad, it's a script, as you can see. So call all instances of AT broker, which you don't have to do. I've got the loop repeat flag here for at the end of the file, so it just keeps going around and repeating the same thing. What's that popping up there? So yeah, I do task list, and then I use pipe it to find command, looking for AT broker. If there's an error level 0, which means it exists, kill all instances of AT broker. The next one is to set the microphone. So you can see here we're calling the command. We don't have to specify the path because we got it in the Windows folder on Windows 10, which is included in the standard search path. And all you have to do is set volume, the name of the microphone which I was talking before about, and 100%. So that's simple. And you can set other volumes on different mics as well if you want to. So it's always set to the same level all the time. Probably don't need to do the laptop microphone now. But I found once I went over that with dB Boost 10 on my laptop, it would distort. So so far I've not had any problems with chat programs with using laptop mic at that level. But the headset mic is low because it doesn't have a dB boost, and it always has to be 100%. And then I had these other ones here for setting the volume levels of the speakers. So I've undone that one, but that one was a test as well, so I just left it in there. Then I had this put in because Chrome had some spyware. So I was looking for software cleaner tool, making sure it's not running in the background because it was scanning all the files on the computer when I was doing live streams. So that's probably why I switched to Brave and got rid of that problem. They apparently took it back out, so I just left it in there in the script. And then I wait 9 seconds, not 7 seconds. You can see here I've got timeout 9 seconds, go to null so it doesn't print anything on the screen, and then it says go to again, which goes up to the top again. So really this could only be, you could cut out all that if you wanted to. Just have one line, cut that out, cut all that out underneath it. Just keep your main laptop one, your headset one I mean, not laptop, and just cut it all out down to there, right? And it'll be like a little command line script file of only about 4 or 5 lines. 1, 2, well 3 lines. Which wouldn't take much CPU. So this runs hidden in background once it's launched using the NIR command. That's how it works, and it just checks every 9 seconds. So you can change that in any value you want, down to 1 second, every 1 second. And that's probably good enough. But the thing is, I've noticed you do get a click sound. Normally the software doesn't keep lowering it every second though, if you've got some background process. And he does it randomly when you talk loud or whatever, like that. And that's it really. But just to make it easier, I will bundle those files together. So you can just copy it to Windows and copy it to the root of C drive, and manually add a shortcut to the C drive one here to your startup folder, reboot your computer, and it should be all go. I can't do a simple install program for you, you just have to learn to do some basic maintenance on Windows. Well, I suppose it might be a bit advanced for most users. So I don't think I've missed anything, and we probably could wrap up there. I think I've shown everything. Please like and share it, or add your comment at the bottom, and I'll see you later, I guess, with another tutorial. Maybe one on the mixer setup, but yeah. If you're into streaming on YouTube, there's a lot of complex technical things you need to learn to work with OBS, or in my case I'm using Minicam because I find it easier on my eyes and easier to use and set up, and I've got the extra bonus of virtual cameras, which I can then drag virtual chats on my desktop capture window without having to plugins and stuff. So yep, I'll just wrap up there then. I will run my ending here. I've written this control panel that launches things on my streaming control panel, and just makes life a bit easier. So yep, good night everybody, and thanks for joining me. Hopefully that made sense. It was just a last minute thing because people were saying the old method wasn't working because of permissions now. So I thought I'd do a new video showing the new method. And good night. And my channel is about UFOs, paranormal, and Earth mysteries. And I'm in New Zealand. So good night, and see you later.